Hello. Um, I need to find my coffee. So, a couple of things to know. A couple of dates. Let's start with that. You might hear my coffee. Couple of things. A few important things. Not wearing headphones right now, so you might hear some audio from the PC. I do not know like how to fix the lavalier mic. It's the Rode one that I got uh, that should have. Well, I needed like a wireless transmitter for it, but that delivery got like postponed like twice now. So for the first time, I had to wait like maybe 4 weeks, and then they said like, well, let's wait another 4 weeks. So I tried the lavalier mic to plug it in with the Roland VT3. It works, but I just don't like the audio. There's some feedback going on or some reverb. I don't know. I'm not an audio technician person. So that's one thing. So I'm trying to do some development with this mic, but the only hassle is that I can't properly see my keyboard right now. So let's see how it goes. The other one, I have a cup of coffee, but I'm trying something new. Just when I feel like, hey, it's weekend and I need to treat myself with something special, I put in some oatmeal milk, and so far, yeah, okay, sounds pretty. Tastes pretty good. Yeah, it tastes pretty good. And another thing which might be important to know. So everything is a little bit hectic over here. Um, I had a monitor over there, and there's a wall over there. But the camera is over there, and I noticed when I was reading the chat or checking scenes that I was looking away, which is not a nice thing to do. So I moved one monitor over there, and the chat is over there, and that might fix a couple of things and might make it actually maybe a little bit easier for me to check on a few things, which is nice because there's a monitor there, there's a monitor there, all fine and dandy. Um, yeah, so I might maybe look away for a couple of times because I want to check the monitor. But hey, the monitor is over there. It is there, like there. Uh, and another thing, I am trying to work on the chicken thing, Project Chicken. I don't know for how long. I don't know for how long. Maybe just an hour or two, because I need to do some work afterwards. So let's go over what has been changed. So there's actually one thing that I really do want to do. Maybe just add a few more chicken colors to the project, because that's fun and not that difficult to do. So let's just show what we have right now. What did we do yesterday? Let's switch the scene and let's. Can I actually lock this? Yeah, I can. Let's lock this as well. So I can still select it though. So let's enlarge this a little bit. Enlarge. So this is pretty good. Like there we go. Like here's the field. So was it? It wasn't last night, right? It was a little bit later today. We added like a camera to it, and we made a small thing that enables us to zoom in on chickens. Right. That's cool, right? So let's just spawn a chicken with the chat. Nope. Let's type in exclamation mark chicken. and then we will get a chicken. There is a chicken. Absolutely fantastic. So that is me. I have the blue chicken. Yesterday we also made profiles. So on the first, I need to turn down this sound. So if you press chicken for the first time, an egg will hatch and and if you do not have spawned a chicken before, a chicken, like a type of chicken, will be spawned like randomly from a list. And at this moment we have just a normal chicken, like the yellow chicken. We have the blue chicken that you can see on the screen, and we also do have a purple chicken and the demon chicken. So yellow is common, the blue chicken is less common, the purple chicken is the one after that, and then the demon chicken is kind of rare. So once you spawn a chicken for the first time, the data is stored. So at this moment, you will always have that chicken. Right. So another thing that we added, besides the user profiles, and I do think I want to store some more data, and I will explain that in probably just a few minutes. So let's show the camera. So we have a camera right now. So it will just select a random chicken, and because I'm the only chicken on a field, it will just follow that chicken, but I can cycle the chickens. So if there are more, you could cycle that, and we can actually do like a timer so that on a certain interval, it will the camera will cycle, switch views. Right. So this is kind of cool. Like we have a camera, and we can make the playing field a little bit larger if we want to. Mm-hmm. And there's another thing that I added, and that is that you can actually give a chicken a task. And that's something that I need to work on right now. As you see, as you might have saw right there, the chicken collected the rock. So all the chickens on the first spawn will have the task right now, just for debugging, is mine, like mining. So once they have collision with a rock, they will collect the rock, and after an animation plays, they will continue on their path. But this chicken's sole task is collecting rock. And what I actually want to do right now is make it so that with the chat I can change the task from collecting rocks to collecting food, and food is found in the bushes. Yep. So maybe I should actually fix that right now. So with the chat, I do think, let's see how the windows look at right now. Kind of messy though. Let's fix that tiny bit. There you go. Wonderful. There we go. Beautiful. Look at this chicken go. Amazing. Majestic being. So where is the construct? Let's do this. There we go. And we should see something soon on the screen, so that you can actually see a little bit of what I am doing. Let's move the chicken over there. Chicken game. Wonderful. And this is the camera big that has construct. That is construct built. Where is my construct? It is right here. There we go. It should do this. Automatic. Title must match. There we go. It will all be fixed soon. Let's enlarge the chicken playing field for the viewers, and let's it's a weird thing that when I don't focus on it, that the game stops playing, even though I made it so that it should actually not pause on in focus, but well, we will have to deal with it. So let's change the task, right? Yeah, so I was thinking that why do I see there was another suggestion from the chat that you're able to type in exclamation mark poop so that the chicken poops. That was like high on the list of requested features. So now I already see like, well, I will deal with the microphone, but that's why I like to using the lavalier mic, because I need to, let's move this around a little bit, and let's make a new command. That this is something that you can't see because I'm typing just in Notepad, and I'm already sharing quite a few things on the screen. So we will have the command food. I was thinking about just making like an exclamation mark food command that will make the chicken collect food, and the other one like mine, so that you collect ore or collect rocks, you know. And that should be good, right? Let's type in that. So we have the food one, and then mine. I do not like the term mine and food, so there might be like a better term to use as food. I do like mine, but food doesn't really say like a gather food, you know? Like, do I want a command like forage? Or is foraging also like collecting ore instead of just food? Or do you do exclamation mark gather? But that could also mean everything. So we can change it later though. But I do not like the term food solely for collecting food. Right. So that is running. I kind of like the setup with the with my screen over there now on the left. I need to get used to it though. I got like a huge empty space here now on my right, but yeah. So we have the term food and mine. You don't need to be a VIP to be able to do that. Like, we still need to expand on the VIP list though, to make it easier to add people to that list. I want to make it so that some people have some more privileges within the I don't want to call it a game, but within this interactive experience. Yep. So let's see, you can actually see what I do in Construct. My main problem right now is that last night at maybe it was 1 a.m. my PC was still on, and I was like, oh, let's just add a little bit of something. And I do think I made some comments though. Environment check with object it is. Which object it is? I think we did that. Note important, please redo chicken stops, change collision of environment. What? Note. This is like an important note. Note important. Please read, dude. Chicken stops. The chicken stops. Change collision of environment. Right. Chicken stops. I dealt with that because after you play the animation, like the chicken, once it stops, it will play an animation, like an action animation. So it would be nice to have something indicate that the chicken is actually collecting something, like gathering food or using a pickaxe. That would be funny. But for now, it will play an animation, and after the playing that animation, it will look for a new path to walk on. And what I actually, hey, Bitch Spaghetti, welcome back. Good to see you again. So the chicken, what I actually want to do here is check which function is activated based on its current action. So maybe once the action animation is complete, actually check which action the chicken did. And then based on that, like, is it gathering food or is it like gathering rocks? Like, do something else. Like, should we make it so that it actually, after collecting a certain item, that it should bring it to something? I don't know, but that's something that we need to do here. So let's maybe the chicken needs to bring the item to the coop. And let's say just coop, like, my idea is maybe there's like a main base where you have to bring the stuff back to, or where the chicken actually has to go to bring it back. And after bringing it back, it will collect more items again. Yep. What was I doing? This note important, please redo. Chicken stops, change collision of environment. This is not like a huge deal, but it is listed here because the collision of the environment is just like a square box. And also the same for the chicken. So you kind of see, like, sometimes it's not even correctly placed near an object and it will still pick it up. It's just a small little thing. It's not really that important to fix right now. So here is the thing with the mine and food. So I actually already did some yesterday. Maybe spawn pickaxe or basket based on the task. And this was like, maybe the chicken has like an extra sprite and has like a pickaxe on its back. So you can see that chicken is collecting stone or yep. And after setting the task again, it could just continue walking along its path. So, working chicken. Yeah, the chickens are working. Hey Mac, welcome back. Good to see you. So let's test this out and actually type in mine. No, let's type in food. So let's see if my chicken actually, once it collides with a bush, if it will pick up. No, it doesn't pick it up. No, please. Oh, it's still on the That's okay. Mac, you've done a lot. Yeah. Yeah, we actually do have like a camera. Changed a few things, like random items are spawned on the field, and I do need to spawn new items though, because there are no longer any rocks, and I made a small camera so that we can zoom in the chickens if we want to. And now I'm working on giving the chickens certain tasks, so that you can actually say, hey, my chicken should collect food, or my chicken should mine. So you might my headspace, like where I'm trying to go with this first prototype. I was thinking like maybe it's like a teamwork exercise thing, why you have to build something as a chicken. Yep. But right now I'm trying to make this work. So we do have mine. And did I save this file? Chicken type is food. There we go. You like the bushes and the rocks? That's good to hear. Yeah. I also like them. They look a little bit too much like the Forager game though, but I'm okay with that. Like, let's just keep it simple for now. You gonna go nap before work? You guys have a nice stream. Yeah, thanks. Have a good nap and good luck with work. Thanks for stopping by. See you later. Yeah, sleep well. We will. It would also be nice if you could say like sleep to the chicken. That would be pretty good. Like a sleepy chicken. Oh, that would be super cute. I'm just gonna add the command so that someday I will see it. That would be super sweet. So why the food and a mine though? So we are actually selecting the chicken and we set the task to mine. Let's check in the debug if this is actually like working. Chicken action. Let's see, and there we go. I need to save and debug. I need to do this. I need to get used to the screen being on the other side. So there's the game. I can spawn my own chicken without typing in the chat. So I need to click here. Chicken collides with rock. Yep, it is collecting rock. My current task is mine. And what happens if I type in exclamation mark food? It is working though. Yeah, wait, why? So my current task is now collecting food. Yeah, that is kind of strange. I don't know why it didn't work before. That's games. So my task right now, I do see my chicken has the task of getting food. Yeah, it is collecting food. So let's change it to mine. And yeah, now my task is collecting stones. Yeah, wait. It works, apparently. So we can give a chicken a task by either typing in food or typing in mine. That's fun. So let's change it so that the chicken do not start out with a task, and you have to actually say, hey, this is your task. So let's move the game over back to here again. Let's press 2. Let's just have it zoomed in a little bit. I need to, the window for the game, I need to switch those back and forth between the monitors for testing. So sometimes it's a little bit larger or smaller. So anyway, so you don't start out with a task right now, but you can give a task and you can change the task. And what I actually need to do right now is make it so that you can spawn items. Of course, at some point there are no longer any rocks or bushes, so there needs to be like an interval. There needs to be a timer that checks just like, are there enough resources to mine? Because that is pretty important. Yeah. Let's just click here so you don't see that selection. And yeah. So let's go over to our main layout. Like what I always like to do is just make some event sheets, like Construct works with event sheets, and to make it so that everything is a little bit separate and that's clear to find new things. And I don't think that I want these items on like the main, but you know, let's just move this up. What we're gonna do. So if I'm right, what I did yesterday is, once an object is picked up, that location, like the data is stored in an array. That's kind of like a huge list with the X and Y coordinates. And if there's something on a certain location, it says, hey, this item is, you know, on that location. And once you pick up an item, that location gets the data of just the number 1, and the number 1 actually says like, hey, this is something that you can move on, this is something that you could use. All those other locations, like the which is kind of like the blue purple, let's just say that's the sea or the ocean, that has the number of 0, and also the borders of the landscape do have the number 0, I think. So we need to select a random location within the array to spawn a bush again, or a rock. Let's just see like how large our... So with the size of the map that we currently have, and this is kind of like a lot, we can store, or we have 14,400 locations within this map. So that's quite a lot. I can, of course, make it a little bit smaller though. I can make it smaller. But still, it works. It's prototyping. We can adjust it later. So let's see how we can actually make it so that let's just have like a timer every 50 seconds. Like a resource check. Do I type in resource like that? Resource. Yeah, that's correct, right? Yeah. Maybe have like a resource check. I don't like the label, but let's just go with that. I can always change it up later. So let's call this resource check. And then what we could do is for every resource there is, maybe check the count of those resources. Let's see if this is viewable within the... Let's move this over there. So we do have... What are the resources called again? Environment bush. We can do a count. Is it like less than 15 or 10? Then it should do something. And we could say with the rocks, maybe if it's less than 10, and that it actually spawns something. Yeah. So on the resource check, it will just check, hey, are there still enough resources on a map? Is this like a smart thing to do? We could also change it up a little bit, like, hey, like how many resources are there actually? Like, is it greater than 10? Then we don't do anything, and else we do something. That way we have a little bit like a rarity of those objects, which might be a better thing to do. Because if it's always less, well, it's the same way, but just a little bit. It's the same, but different. Either you check less than 10 or is it more than 10? Yep, it's almost the same. So what we need to do is... do we need to check... Now this is gonna be like a tricky thing, because I need to... find out which locations can be used, and I need to select a random one. So you could just go over the array, but that is not really like doable. What we could do... populates layout array with tiles that are not borders. So we do have that. Populate spawn location array with location suitable for player spawning. See, that is like, does it has a value of 1? And we do need to use that. We need to use the layout array to see if a location is 1. And for the player spawning, we use spawn location. So those are put in there. Oh man. And if I'm right, let's check this one. What I actually did is, if you collect something, I actually do set, like I set the layout to 1 again, that location, and I actually push back that location again into the spawn location array. Man, this is a how... This is a tricky one. So with the setup, generate location. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I probably have to do that again. Well, oh man. Let's see if I did this correct. Let's just change this to 1 because this one, this is set up in the beginning that I spawn 14 bushes and 14 rocks, but I generate a list first of 4 possible spawn locations. Yeah, and here I'm just saying generate a list of 1 and spawn a bush, and generate a list of 1 and spawn a rock. Will this actually work? How can we test that? Let's just say like if it's less than 14. Or no, let's, yeah. If it's less than, let's not change this. So once we pick up 1 item, it should actually spawn a new item again. It should. So let's save the state of the game. How can we check if this works? So environment bush, I have 14 bushes and 14 rocks. Let's spawn a chicken. And the chicken probably doesn't collect anything right now because its task is set to like none. And let's let it collect some food. And now we have to wait and see what happens. It collected food and a stone. Well, that's not good. Alright, right. Bush and rock are still 13, and now it's bushes 12 and 13. Right, okay. I made a small error. No, the timer is actually running. I thought it said it to run once. Bushes 11 and 13. 10 and 13. I still don't see. No, I don't think it's spawning anything. That's because of this. Stupid. Let's just add a browser log. Spawn rock. Spawn bush. Let's check that. Let's spawn a chicken. Let's give the chicken. Oh, let's wait with doing that. There's my chicken. Let's have it collect some food. I already saw some bushes spawning. That's okay. Did I do food? No, I didn't type in food correctly. So now we have 14 bushes and 15 rocks. That was solely because of the less than 14. Come on, dude, pick up some food. I saw a bush spawn, and it will probably spawn a bush again because it's less than 4, or because it's less than 15. 13. Now it's 14 again. Does it work? think it spawns. But the only problem is like right now it's kind of difficult to see if those locations in the array also do get changed, because there are so many. There's so much listed, like there are over 14,000 like X and Y things in the array, just to see like, hey, did something change right now? Like, did it now say that there's a bush spawned? So it might work right now. It does spawn something, so come on, chicken, do your thing. So at least it is generating. Do we see like a bush spawn? Yeah, they're in the middle. Yeah, it's really difficult to check that. So let's pause it though. And the bush that was spawned is that one. It does have an X and Y location, 8844. Man, that's gonna be terrible to look up. So maybe I could actually see it. 88. There might be. I think it is in the array. I think it works. Maybe. Let's resume. We could do something crazy. And just to see if the spawning let's just spawn like a ton of resources, and let's disable hmm. 9999. Let's just spawn so many rocks and bushes, and let's see if it can handle it. Right? There we go. So it looks like it is spawning. Let's just spawn an egg. So now I have like over 200 bushes and rocks, and at some point it will probably stop spawning because there are no longer any clear spaces on the in the array. For no longer there's no longer a one, because it gets filled up with bushes and the other things. This looks kind of fun. So 400, almost 500 bushes and 500 rocks. And it should actually stop spawning items pretty soon. It should. And it crashed the game. Which is okay. Because right now it should have like stopped the timer, so it is stuck in a I need to close this because this is like straining the okay, I need to go into the task manager and close it. That is funny. And task. Well, that was a oh no, don't play it again. So that is kind of like a severe case of spawning items though. And I don't think we will ever be in that position or that, you know, in that situation where we do need to have that many things on a field. So there we go. That works. Let's run the game again so that we can at least hear the chickens. Let's move it over there. There we go. So that works in a certain sense. And what should actually happen right now is that the chicken actually has a inventory. Something that we don't see, but that it keeps track of what it has collected. Which is like an important thing to do. So how can we actually do that? We could use the same system that we use to store the color of the chicken. We could do that. So set task to food. You collect like the food and where it's along the path, you know, because nowhere do I store right now. Like, did you actually collected something? It just destroys the thing. It doesn't say like, hey, you found one food. So that should change, and that's something that we change right here. So on pathfinding, like moving along the path, is it overlapping the a certain environment, and it will actually check because there could be like different items, but it checks like, hey, do I overlap something that's a bush or a rock, and then it checks also, is the bush a type of food, or you know, does this belong to the action that I currently have? So the rock is connected with the mine command, so we can also add more types of food on a field, and if we have food and we collide with it, it will collect that food. Right. So the chicken will stop. We set the animation to action, so something actually happens right at that moment, but just like a quick action. Maybe you see just a pickaxe like flying, or you know, you see some food flying in, like a basket. Like, it would be nice to see like an indicator, like, hey, this chicken is collecting, is has this current task. Like, maybe you can also say, hey, attack, and then you get like a sword and shield. So we destroy the environment, and what we should do is maybe a lot of things are like based here on in the chicken event sheet. So we probably should make a different function for collecting or storing the data. Maybe have like a resource function. I'm just, you know, collect, and then we send along the chicken name, and we send along the chicken. No, the fam environment. the name of the environmenting or the stone itself? That's a tricky one. At the end, though, a stone or a bush a bush should have like a different kind of name, probably. So we'll just send along the name or the type. Yeah, we'll send along the type. That way we know. Like the bush should actually be like a berry, maybe. Not just a bush, but you know, berry. Right. Let's change this up a little bit. Let's enlarge this. It's a little bit smaller. So that you can see this in its full. Let's do this. It's kind of blurry. Why is it so blurry? This is much better. There we go. Oh. I messed it up. And transform. There we go. And what I'm gonna do, I will be right back. Like I need to get some water, and then yeah, I will be right back. A few minutes. Yeah, be right back, and then I will continue working on the resource gathering. Yep, be right back. All right, my chicken is still alive. Good to see. Let's see. What do we have? Let's... Where's my mouse? Let's make this a little bit smaller. Too many windows. What were we doing? Like resource collect, and then we have the chicken name and the environment type. So shall I just... I'm gonna change the bush to the berry, so that we know that is just food, you know. We do need to change that in the main as well. Let's just change that berry. Ah, the rock is also stone. I actually do not like changing the bush name. No, we need to find a different way to... Because maybe the rock can also like spawn other type of items, you know, like it will spit out like maybe some rare items or whatever. I'm just thinking about, okay, when you play something like a Stardew or a Forager, what actually happens, like a berry should have, or a bush should have different, or could have like different types of things when you actually destroy it. So let's not call it like a berry, because berry is the item that you might collect. Yeah. It's complicated. So so how can we actually do this? The bush, the task, this is for the task. And let's just... Let's just for now, let's say you collect one food after destroying. Yeah. Game development. Well, it's not really like a game yet, but you know. So what we're gonna do is send along the environment type, and based on that, we will at the end maybe create like, we're gonna send along, hey, this is a bush, and then based on that, it will generate a few items that you will collect. Do I like the function name resource? No. But we do have resource collect, and we could... Let's just... Don't overthink it. Let's just say collect. Let's just call this like chicken name. Bound 2 is the type. Let's just save that. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. 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 Let's save that. And then so we do collect. We have the chicken name. So we need to select the chicken that is actually collecting something. We do not actually have to select the chicken though. We don't. Not right now, at least. Let's just disable this. We we don't. The only sole purpose right now is just storing in the dictionary if you have gathered food. Yeah, if you have gathered food. Yeah. Certain types. I need. No, I don't make it too complicated. Let's just keep it as is. I want to say like, hey, maybe you can actually collect bananas, and bananas is just also like a food entity, but that will have like two food. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just collect berries and say in the dictionary that you have a certain amount of food. Yes. Don't make it too complicated. It's already like getting out of hand. in a good sense, though. In a good sense. So use the data. Let's just add a key. Do we want this in that? Yes, we do want this stored in that thing. And let's make it a key with function one. And let's do this. And we are actually gonna say oh man. Yeah. And then 2. But this the 2 is a bush. So right now, let's scroll down a little bit. Like right here, resource collect. This is called when you collect, when you destroy a bush or a stone. And it will add a key to our user data. That's the like the big thing that stores also the type of chicken that you have. And a new key is added. We might have to make a separate one though. Yeah, we're gonna make a separate. We're gonna make a separate one that is called user inventory. Because in the user data might also be like information like if someone is a VIP and such, like more like high level information. And the inventory is something that might be like swiped, or and then if we swipe also like the high level information or whatever you want to call it, then that's not good. And like losing the inventory is okay because it's just, you know, for the game itself. So we're just gonna add in the user inventory, we're gonna add a key with our username and with the type of environment that we have collected. And what we're gonna do is get the info that's already stored in there, and we're just gonna add one. So we're gonna make a key, check if there's a key, and add that number that's already there to +1. I could not have imagined that this game prototype was going this way, though. Again, that's not a negative thing, but that's like the fun of it. Let's spawn the chicken. Do I no, press C. And there's my chicken. Here's the user inventory. This is only something that I can see from my end. But let's say just, hey, food. And so now in the inventory, there's a key, I am Scoffa, bush, and it's 2. And now it's 3. So that's good. That's awesome. Right? And what happens if I do exclamation mark mine? There's a new key added, Eimskava rock. And that's 1 right now. Let's see if it will add 2. Yep, that's correct. Don't walk away from the rock, dude. Yeah, come on, you can do it. So 3. So right now in the inventory of the chicken, we collected 4 bush and 4 rock. So that's cool. That's okay, right? So the nice thing would actually be if you collect one thing, that chicken has to drop it off at a drop-off point. And then from there it will continue on its path. And just on the drop-off point you might be able to see like on the like in the UI, like how much resources have been gathered by the chickens. That would be cool. So, oh man, this might be a little bit too complicated. So let's try that. Make a new chicken color. Let's just make a square sprite. So after you collect it, the pathfinding will actually go to the chicken drop-off point. Drop the inventory and then go out there again to find stuff. Yep. This is gonna be a tricky one. Because also by making that square, we need to set that land that like nothing is spawned underneath it. It should be okay, but you know, just to be yeah, that should be okay. Oh man. Let's just make a let's just make a nice square. Just a sprite for testing. And let's call it drop off. And well, let's make this 16 by 16 pixels. And yeah, let's do this. Just a nice square. There we go. Where do I want to have that? Yep. So I made a square and it's called drop off. You can't see it right now, but just believe me, there's a square, a nice little square on the field. This might be, or it might be good to place that like in the center. Why, oh man, did I? Why did I do that? It's on the background, that's not good. Let's just move it there. So there's a square. Let's just press debug so that you can actually see it. Like there's a small square there. And let's just use that as a drop-off point for later. So how can I do this? Because those squares, you know, that big square is on all those 4 squares, and I actually need to find out at the start of the game uh, the location of that drop-off point on the tile, like on the array. It is possible. It is possible. It is possible. I believe. I believe. I believe that I can do it. Because I've done it before. So, function setup, we're gonna do that at the start of the game. We are creating yeah. So that's set to 1. Drop off. There are a couple of ways to approach this. A couple of ways. Man, this is a tricky one. Well, might actually be quite easy though. Not easy though, but there's an easy way. I almost got it. So we have the layout. Array. So I'll let's check here. So at the array. So the nice thing when everything is like tile based, so we have the position of that one square has like a position that's if I place it correctly, you can divide that position by 8. In this case instance, every tile is like 8 by 8 pixels. So if we divide that location by 8 by 8, we actually do get the position in the array. And based on that location, we could say, well, right there in the array, just make it so that it says, hey, this is not 1. As I said earlier, the 1 are squares that we shouldn't touch. So drop off. So we're gonna set in the array. We are gonna check the drop off point, the x location, and divide it simply by 8. There are probably better ways to do this, but this is the first thing that comes to mind. And this is solely to make sure that no items, like no bushes or rocks, are spawned underneath that building. We could also do it differently, but no, let's just do this first. Set value at that, but because this square that we have right now is not just 1 square but 4, we also need to set the next location in the array on the x-axis also to, hey, this is drop off point, and also underneath that array. I hope that makes sense. so that we actually fill in like the 4 tiles with the data. This is the drop-off point. Don't spawn anything here in the array. So how we can actually do that, and this is, you know, at the end, okay, I will do this first. This might work. So this is like I have 4 entries into the array, the layout array, and why 4? Because that drop-off point, let's see if we can see this here, has 4 squares, right? So in here, what we're doing, like, hey, this is the upper left square. We call it drop-off. And what we're gonna do is go on to the, well, basically to the right and say, hey, that's also a drop-off point. So that is the upper right. The other one was the upper left. And then what we're gonna do is, well, this is the lower left. So +1 on the y-axis, call it like the drop-off. And this is the square that's like in the lower right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is something that you can also do automatically, but that will take a bit more time. It will also be good to have some collision on those tiles, because the chickens probably will walk through it, which would be totally fine with me. So let's just debug it, and I'm gonna check if in the layout on my end, if I see in one of those 14,000 array entries, if I see like a drop-off mention. Bush 11111, it's all 1. I do see some drop-off, so at least it has entered the drop-off at some point at like row 79 and 80, and in both rows I see it twice, so it did something. So that's okay. Oh man, so what we want to do right now, let's just spawn a chicken. We could actually test it out again with the spawning, like just create the quick spawning and see if something is not spawning at a certain location. So let's just do that. It's fun to check that out. And let's change this to 9999. Let's debug. Is something happening? Yeah. So there shouldn't be any rock spawning in that little square over there. If they are, then well, this could still be okay, because this might be off the square below it. If I see something like, we see that one rock there on the right, if nothing is spawning there, then I don't know why that, well, it might not spawn like up there, so it seems. So we need to make some offset. Yeah, it seems like it's not spawning there. I will quickly close it, because otherwise it will crash again. So what we need to do, with the drop-off point, like the x-axis is actually just have a -1 on the y-axis to have it properly fit on the field. So now we can test it out again. There we go. Well, I already see like a bush that spawned on that square. Is that just like a crazy mistake, or where did the game go? There's a square. Why is there a bush spawning again over there? So the same thing happens again. Well, I'm gonna close this and I'm gonna do that. It sort of works, but I will... No, 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 don't spawn all those things. That's some dangerous stuff. It sort of works. It does not work as intended though. The drop-off point is solely... Actually, that was made to test out the pathfinding if you collect something. So let's worry about the spawning of the rock later, because I do think that there's also like another tile set on there that checks like collision, and we could probably make it so that based on that collision, just have the make collision on where that building is. Yeah, some other time I will do that off stream, because it will it will take some time to have that work properly. So let's do one more thing and have the pathfinding so that chicken goes to the drop-off point. Yeah. So when we collect something, the action should change. It will play the action animation. And maybe... we will change this to a better system later on. But just for now, so food or mine. What is store? Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Wait, what? I did some things last night at around 1 a.m. So the store, the chicken, set path to... Yeah, we're gonna change this path to the top of X. Oh. Drop of X and drop of Y. It will go to that. Right. Well, darn. I need to make something else for the chicken. Because currently the chicken has a task, but not like an action. So the action might be just collect. Oh man. We well, basically, again, a little bit complicated. The chicken gets a task like food or mine. So it will collect something and it needs to bring it back to the drop-off point. So we have to say like, hey, your task right now is to drop it off. But after the chicken has dropped off their stuff, it needs to continue again with their last task. So either we have something filled in that says, hey, your last task was actually doing this. So we'll keep on doing that, because if we don't have that, the user, the chat needs to again say collect food or mine. We could also say, hey, we have the task is food or mine, and then we have an action. So task is like upper level, like, hey, do this. Currently, the action is collecting, and then we could make a action that says something like, hey, drop off. So it will go to the drop off point, and then once that is done, it will set the action again to collect and then walk around, which might be the best, which is a way to fix it. It's complicated. It's fun. It's fun though. It's complicated, but now you can actually see like how quickly it snowballs into mayhem and madness. Especially because in a certain way you're making like a very simplified, like some sort of AI behavior, like, hey, do this and then do this and do this, but solely based on one chat command actually. But you need to store it. Yep. So once you collect something, the chicken, let's see if you can actually see this. Once you get something, the chicken, set value, action, drop. I will just give the action drop. And with the other one, probably, well, once this is happening, I actually need to see if the action is equal to collect. And what, yeah, so what we need to do is, shit, it's booking out. On a path finding, like moving along the path is overlapping the environment, it will check what it is actually overlapping with, and if our action is collect, because then it does something. We don't want to collect anything when we have the current action going on with dropping off the items. So the idea is just that you have right now the inventory space just for to store one thing, then you need to drop off again, and then once dropped off, the chicken will go out and collect more, and then go back, go get, collect, drop, collect, drop, collect, drop. So in the beginning, we have to give the chicken the action collect, and I think that's the case right now. And the collect should be enabled once we say a task collect, just to make sure that it is set to collect, once we say mine our food, the task is set to mine and the action is set to collect. Once we say food, the task is set to food and also collect. Once the chicken is moving along the path and is overlapping the environment, a piece of environment, and right now that is either a rock or a bush, it will check if either of those is equal to their current task, so food or mine. If it's not, it will ignore it. If it is, it will check if the current action is to collect that item. If it is, it will stop. It will set an animation to action. It will destroy the environment. That piece of environment is set to 1 again so that a new resource could be spawned there. We will push that location again into the spawn location. I don't want chickens to spawn on a resource. Why? Because once that is done, we call a function to collect that resource so that it's actually put in the user data dictionary so that we actually keep track of what has been collected. Yes. Hold on. There might be an issue that once you collect something, that someone is actually saying, "Hey, collect food," and exclamation food. Once food is collected, that person says exclamation mark mine. That food is still in the inventory. And that person will collect, maybe go back and forth, and spam the chat. That's something that we don't want to happen. But we will, for now, it's okay. But that's a situation that can occur. Not really an issue though, but it can happen. Then we collect it, it's stored in the inventory, then we set the chicken action to drop. And after the animation is done, action, this happens. And this is something that we need to make nicer. So once the action animation is finished, I think it's just a 1 or 2 second animation. No, it's not even, it's less than a second, like half a second, I guess. Just a small animation. After that is done, it will actually check the task that the chicken had, if it's either food or mine. Then we initiate the pathfinding, and the pathfinding is store. We could actually call it just like drop. Then we stick with the same naming convention. So path drop and this chicken. And what we're gonna do, change this to drop. So this is called which chicken needs to drop or something. Set the position X and Y where we want to go to the drop of X and Y. Well, that's the upper left of that corner, but that's totally fine. I could make it in the middle though. So we're gonna add a few pixels to the X and Y. Man, this is well, something else. And then we say find path to that X and Y position, and on path found. And here we should actually again indicate let's just say is the chicken compared is the action equal to drop. So is the action actually drop? And this should also, maybe it should actually maybe just call out a function. Is a drop. Then what we're gonna do is one simple trick that no one expected. Dictionary, user inventory, set the key to the chicken name. My God. Because we do have the task. Yeah. Task. I hope this I hope this works. Yeah. So I'm going mad. So the chicken, once it's found a path, it will just walk along since the beginning and move along the path. But we will just quickly see. So the chicken right now probably just walks over the drop-off point. Do you have a Betty Spaghetti chicken? No, there's no chicken. Huh? Hey, this is weird. Hey, when did you spawn a chicken, Betty Spaghetti? Do I see a chicken? No. You were, yeah, you were waiting on testing it, but let's, wait, why didn't it spawn a chicken? Could you try it again? Ah, there's a chicken. I don't know what. Yeah, you're purple. That's still saved up in the user data. I don't know why you didn't spawn. I don't know. So let's. I'm also gonna spawn a chicken. Let's check this. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Now I'm gonna collect some food and let's see if that actually works. Nope. I don't know. Let's see, my chicken is there. Food. Okay, it has the drop command. Right. It might have. Did it drop off? No, I'm still carrying out around a. Yeah. There might be still something wrong with that. There's a timer running on a chicken, I guess. Yeah, we still do have that idle timer. And that idle timer is actually messing up the command with the pathfinding. So do we need to... So yeah, wow. Wait. You collected a bush though, so that is working. But the yeah, each chicken has a timer, the idle timer, and that's something that should be disabled. idle. When do we call the... Let's move this over there. Let's keep track of you. Betty Spaghetti Chicken. When do we actually call... the idle? On pathfinding arrived. Yeah, this might... Oh my god. So, if you arrive at some point... How can I change this without breaking everything? I am not using these anymore, I think. And the chicken move. Oh my god, this is making my head hurt. So let's delete these. Like the on pathfinding arrived. You know? Or moving along the path, unfound. Drop. Right. Maybe it's just a simple matter of setting the value of the action to collect again. I think that might... Let's check my inventory. I found a bush and now it should walk actually to the drop point. Now it's at the drop point. And it is listed again as food. Food and collect. Pick up some food. Now it should walk back to the drop point. Yeah. There it goes. Now it should just collect again. It collected and now it should walk back to the drop off point. Almost. You can almost check it though. But I need to change one thing because it's not adjusting the inventory. The chicken name. And the chicken task. It is not really adjusting the I need to create something real quick. Function. No. fam chicken dot name and dot task. Right, I know what is going wrong. Yeah. It's not removing something from the inventory because I'm removing from the task, and the task is food and not bush. So inventory, subtract. I need to move that one over there. And can I do that? So what is stored right now in the bush is stored, and that says 13. Shoot. Let's see. So right now in the dictionary it says bush, but it should actually just say food. Should it? No. Oh man. Where does it say what we collect again? Almost. Almost figured it out. The thing is, like, I'm trying to avoid like doing like a huge task right now, which is kind of like hindering the whole thing. Because I just need to. We have the task of food, and we collect a bush, and a bush should actually be like food. But if you have stone, maybe. Shoot. Let's make something that's just called food. So right now I'm forgetting what's in stored. So bush is food. Yeah. Nah, this is getting nope, nope, nope. Once we collect can you actually see this? No. So I need to change this little thing, the collect. What we're storing here right now, like the collecting, we're adding a key in the inventory, and that's like the username and then the type. And right now it stores push, but we actually need to just see what the type, like bush, what is it actually, and that should be like food. So we shouldn't add bush to our inventory, but just simply say, hey, this is now food. Let's just make it like a general type of thing that we collected. Right? Yes. Let's not make it too complicated. My god. The bush is food. Sorry, I need to. Oh. We can actually use the. Almost. There we go. Silly chickens. Resource collect. Need to open. No, let's not open the notepad. Let's just store that here and then task type function bound 2 and then the note. This might work. Maybe. Let's spawn a chicken. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I will fix it later. So it should collect food right now. And if you want, Betty, you can spawn a chicken. You can always spawn a chicken. There you go. So are we not collecting? Task is none. Oh, okay. Let's see. Betty Spaghetti has the task of food. So you're collecting food at least. Am I collecting food? Yeah, now I'm collecting food. Can I show this a little bit bigger? Let's check the inventory. Betty Spaghetti food 2. So you do have food in your pocket right now. So at least storing the food works. Instead of bush, it stores food. My chicken is a little bit lazy. I do not have anything in my inventory yet. Well, at least you're doing something, Betty. My chicken is dumb as hell. You already collected 5 food. 6 even. I have not collected anything. Yeah, certainly greedy. So the inventory is someone working though, but it's not subtracting once you make a drop off. Why am I not collecting food? Please just walk a little bit to the right. Oh my god. I have not touched any food at all. See, later. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. 0. So I collected something, but it already like subtracted it. That might be because you were on a drop-off point. Interesting. No, the inventory can be full, but it should be so that once you collect one thing, you don't collect anything more. You will go to the drop-off first and then collect one thing again. It's not like you are actually like collecting a full stack, just one. But we could make it so that maybe something else spawns that gives more food, but you will just, yeah, oh, now I have -1 food. So something goes wrong with collecting the food. Let's see if we can quickly change that. So the proper key is added though. Like let's set mine to mine and let's see if that works. Chicken blue, collecting mine, and let's see the inventory. Yeah, so at least mine is saying mine and not stone after collecting stone. And the inventory subtract is not working. Right, and I do know why. Let's see, one or two. Bound 2 is the task. So this might actually fix the inventory deal. So let's rebuild. Let's move that to there. I'm gonna go and mine. Yeah. Oh, that was too quick, dude. Mine 0. And now it will walk away again. Pick up a stone. Yeah. Now it will. Now, no, shit. No, I don't have one stone in my inventory. That is weird. Because whenever I pick up... Ah, right. Because I'm adding a key. Wait. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know something. But how can I actually fix that? Yeah, what I'm gonna do is press done. Cancel. Let's move that. Don't add a key. Set a key. Set a key, and when we so where did we do that? Like hatch? Nope. Chicken, like the spawning. User add. User add. It's gonna add something, but I also need to dictionary, user inventory, add key. So it was kind of weird that for Betty Spaghetti, that for you, that it would not reset the inventory over and over again, and it would reset mine. So I am trying to fix that right now. It would reset my inventory like every time when I pick something up. It would add it, but just quickly remove it again. So what I'm doing right now, oh man, this is a tricky one. I'm not gonna do that at the start. Let's see, where's the hatch? I will do that. Well, I should be able to just add the key. I need to check something. Wait, what? What? So, if the name of the key, if it does not exist, this will have no effect. If we add a key, like if you add a key in a dictionary, if the key already exists, it will change that value to 0 again. So I I in a certain way need to create the inventory at some point before let's just do it there. Add key with that. This is not the best way to do it. Add key to inventory. Change. This should be done at initial load sequence. That sounds super fancy. But now it's just like once we hatch the egg, let's test it out. Let's hatch an egg. Chicken. The inventory should have yeah, mine and food. So that's okay. It's already there. And that's something that we can fix once we reset like the user data stuff for the further testing. And then I'm gonna say my chicken should mine. So if you want, you can, yeah, there, okay, already joining the game. So it might work right now. You're collecting food, I'm collecting rocks. Why is it resetting? Like I see, once I collect something, I see it adding one to the inventory, and then after like a small second, like half a second, it removes the inventory again, which is odd. Does the same happen also for the Betty Spaghetti chicken? Let's see. Come on, Betty Spaghetti, collect. Yeah, same thing happens right now. So now it doesn't add anything up. Why would that happen? So let's try to fix this. When we collect something, damn it. Set key. I changed that back. Why did I do that? Because I'm a doofus. Chicken. Mine. Let's see if this works. How can your brain not already be melted? Well, years of practice, Betty Spaghetti. As an example, let's see some random data. Let's check first if this works, and then so I'm mining, right? Yeah, mine collect, user inventory. Let's, yeah, no. Pick up that rock. Pick up the rock. Pick up the rock. Oh man, stupid chicken. Come on, dude, you can do it. Pick it up. Go left. I just want to see if you can collect something, dude. No. You need to go to the drop off. Yeah? No. It didn't change in the inventory. Why? Wait. What? What happened there? The same thing happened again? Is it just... What if I do one? I have one in my inventory right now. I cheated a little bit. Go to the right. Yeah. So 2 and then... Why? So let's inventory subtract. When do I call that? On path found if the action is dropped. I have a assumption of chicken. I have a slight assumption of what is going wrong, but so my idea is that what we're doing like on a pathfinding, like once it's on the drop off, once it has reached its end destination, it will drop it off. But my assumption is that maybe the timer is running, and once the timer is running, it will end the pathfinding, and probably along the way, it is subtracting because it's still on the action to drop something. So that's my assumption. So let's see if I added like a debug log to see if it's using the inventory subtract function somewhere over there. You know, chicken, food, mine, oh, mine, just mine. So now I need to check the log, spawn the rock, 9. So please collect the rock. I don't know what is happening. It is resetting the inventory without dropping off the rock. Oh no, wait, what? Subtract. I need to save it. Debug. So, you know, my brain is melted though, but it is manageable. That is without kidding. This is just a part of game development. This is a necessary thing to do. And for example, this is already like a you know, maybe let's see. I don't have a task. I was too quickly with giving the task. Give the task mine. As an example, like I am working on a different game, and that game is something that, you know, I worked on since the end of 2013. And at some point it had 9,000 events, and this game has 166 events. So 9,000 is not saying like how complicated the game was, but just more like on how many things can actually happen within the game, and to a certain extent though. So now it's subtracting. Oh, I need to. So, but this is just part of the process. And one added difficulty with that other game, well, that's also like maybe slightly the difficulty with this game. It is that it's a local multiplayer game, and I work alone, so it's pretty difficult to test things out. Once there is like a bug, it's not really easy to say so to someone, hey, grab this controller and play with me. So you need to find out like what you can actually do to to test things out. So sometimes there are days where I just have like 4 controllers on my desk and try to play and replicate bugs. That's a big thing. Like if there is a bug, you don't know what the bug is, so you need to test it out and problem solve it. And I like that process, but it's difficult if you can't find the actual bug, and especially if it's a large project and you have like so many events like this. This is just like one event sheet full, but with the other project I have tons of event sheets and tons of things that can happen. And of course, based on the bug, you can kind of like know or assume what is going wrong. You know, like maybe a power up is not working, you know, like, okay, I need to check the power up, but there are always like way more many systems that actually deal with the thing. So you need to think, well, this is happening, but that might be caused because of this and this and this and this. So with troubleshooting, you turn things on, you add debug text to see if something is being spit out in the console, like something is going wrong, and then you need to problem solve it. It's a good practice. Like, you know, it is a joke though that I don't like puzzles, but I like problem solving. But it's a huge time sink. So right now, speaking of problem solving, like the chicken is mining something, but after collecting it, it is already subtracting that value from the inventory. It is calling the inventory subtract function. And as let's see if I can show it. Like inventory subtract, that is only called when we arrived at the destination. Oh no, on pet found. Right. Okay, this is cool. This is a super silly mistake, and this is like the fun part. This is just a stupid mistake. Because here on pod found, we're saying is the action drop like removed from the inventory, but it's not. We're not dealing on a pod found. We are dealing with have we arrived on that pod, and then is the action drop, and then call the inventory subtract. So I do not know why your inventory was working badly, like why it was not subtracting something. That might be because of another bug. You know, that's also the fun part. Like if you have a bug, probably there are more. So now it's more like on pathfinding arrived. Then we start the idle timer, set the animation, check if the action is actually dropped. Sorry, we this needs to be a little bit cleaner though, because we probably have like other types of pathfinding when you arrive with different type of actions and whatnot. Then we do we check if the action is like, are we actually dropping off something, and then then we call the inventory subtract with the name and the task that we have, and we set the action to collect again, and then the timer goes off. Then we find a new path. So this might fix some issue that we have. Resource collect, inventory subtract. Let's see if this is right. Inventory, yeah. Let's debug it again and see if it's working. Hair pulling stuff, my god. Well, you have seen my hair, so yeah. Inspect. Let's see this game. Let's spawn a chicken. But that's the most intense part of a game, especially like during prototyping. Like it's like a messy process, and it's okay if bugs occur. But yeah, if you it quickly becomes very messy, and if you don't deal with that messy stuff and continue working on it, it's gonna be more like a bigger problem later on. So let's say mine. Let's see if something actually happens in the inventory. We have one mine. Well, this was a difficult one to actually test. So something was subtracted though, but that was because we were near the drop-off point. We collected one mine, drop-off point 0. And now it walks away again. Hey Tozel. Yeah, this is a Project Chicken. I'm making a chicken game. So Tozel, if you do exclamation mark chicken, you will spawn a chicken. I will yes. You can actually be a part of the prototype. Betty Spaghetti, could you also type in chicken, exclamation mark chicken, and join the game? And that would be like a fun final test. Just to see if everything so far is working. So my chicken is collecting rocks right now. Yeah, I hid him behind that screen, but oh well. Here we go. Let's see. There we go. This is fun. This is fun. I think this is fun. Yeah. Let's see. What do we have? Have you finished? No, not by a long shot, Toastal. That will take probably another year. This is just something to mess around with whenever I feel like doing something silly. I was wondering like how I can use the Twitch chat. There we go. You spawn a yellow chicken. Awesome. So right now you can say exclamation mark food or exclamation mark mine. With food, the chicken will gather food, and otherwise it will gather some rocks. But your chicken is probably bugged. I am not sure though. I need to check. Action drop. Yeah, it might be stuck. I'm not sure though. Doom. So yeah, this is somewhat working. Is there something quick that I could do? Not really. It's 4 p.m. 4:30. So I'll probably no, maybe eat a little bit earlier today. I was gonna go and exercise, but the weather is terrible over here. Hey, Betty Spaghetti, could you because Tozel's chicken is not moving, could you maybe spawn your chicken and see if your chicken is moving? Oh, no problem. No problem. There we go. Right. So there's a slight issue. Now I think there's another bug again. Could you type in like exclamation mark mine or food and see if it changes? Yeah. So yeah, I see what is going wrong. If you spawn on a resource, at the start, it will bug out because the chicken is now set in a weird state that it says food and collect, but it is not like it's not trying to find its path. So if it, it's confused in a certain sense. So at least my chicken is well, okay. Can we fix that real quick? So the name, the type, the chicken, the name tag is spawned. So at the start, let's see. Oh, let's keep the game running on the other window. So Toastl, and what can I do with the stone or food? Well, right now not that much. Let's see. So this is something that I built like in well, when did I start with this? A day before the weekend or so. So you can do much with the stone and food. That's something that we are building right now. So once you collect stone and food, if your chicken is actually like moving, it will go to the black square at the top, and then it will just drop off the food and a stone. So maybe the idea is like, this is just a project to mess around with the Twitch chat. So the idea is that you drop off stone and food, and maybe in that way the chickens will build a chicken coop. I don't know. What do you want to happen with the stone and food? Maybe that's the more important question, though. I think the chickens should build a chicken coop. Yep, that's the plan, at least so far. Yeah. Let's see if I can actually fix the bug that happens when you spawn. Because it's set, the task is none, but it is set to collect. So let's. When food. Yep. I'm gonna. Maybe I counter how much food and stone was collected all the time. Yeah, for sure. That's a good suggestion, Toastl. I was thinking about maybe making like a UI at the top of the screen, like you can see like how much food and stone has been collected. Yeah. And Betty Spaghetti wants to go for world domination. That's also possible. Maybe in the chicken coop there's like a weapon arsenal, like a Metal Gear hidden. I'm gonna reboot the game, and well, let's see if it functions a little bit better this time around. It's kind of difficult to test because you can't see, well, you need to have some luck with the chicken not spawning on a piece of land though. But yet also, like, there's not much functionality right now. Like, it will collect some resources if you say collect items. Yeah, it's moving. So it's just wandering around until you actually give it like a command to collect something. So that's mine or food. And right now, what we actually built like in a weekend is that there we go. So Toastl, you have the yellow chicken, and what we built is like a basic setup for user profiles, so that you will always have the yellow chicken from now on. But that's something that I'm gonna change though, But Betty Spaghetti has been so far the purple chicken, and I'm always the blue chicken. We also have like a very special demon chicken, like a black chicken with red eyes, but that one is kind of rare. And so far, no one actually has the demon chicken, as if I'm correct. So that's kind of fun. So my chicken is actually not doing anything right now. So let's say collect some food. So we have 2 chickens working on food, and we have 1 chicken. No one yet. No. This is kind of fun though, to see a bunch of chickens working together. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think it's pretty funny. So let's check if the inventory is working. Let's see. So no one is carrying anything right now. Betty Spaghetti is picking up food and is dropping the food. Betty Spaghetti has some food again. Drop the food. I have some food. Let's see. Toastal picked up a mine thing that is dropping that off. We're doing it. This is kind of cool. Like What a silly little thing. So yeah, the inventory is working right now. Yum. And I'm not sure though if the bug is fixed, like if you spawn on an item though. But that's something I can check later. Look at those chickens. Let's do I have like a big view? Here we go. No, let's not do it like that. Let's show. So we have the Betty Spaghetti chicken. Here's me. And here's Toastal. What is Toastal doing? Toastal is really putting in some work. Yep. Betty Spaghetti. Oh, I'm just dancing. There we go. Magnificent. Awesome. Magnificent. Let's see. Where's Toastal? Where's Toastal? So, yeah, actually, like the idea is like now I have to manually press a key to switch the camera feed. But the idea is maybe to have the camera like once in a while, like zoom in, show the chickens like a little bit zoomed in, and that it cycles with all the players that are joined, just to see what they're up to, which is fun, I think. There you go. Now it would be really funny if actually something was being built right now. So we need to gather some wood or some food and stone just to build like a coop. Maybe that's just the first main mission. Yeah. I think this is really funny to look at. I don't know what it is. I'm happy. It sort of works though. Yeah, it sort of works. That's the only thing that I can actually say. So let's. Can I? So here's me. I think the what would make it a little bit better to look at is, you know, once you are at a rock that you actually see like an animation and see the items popping out, you know, that you hear some sounds that would make it more lively. And I do want to have some sound in the background, some wind or, you know, some forest kind of stuff, so that it's actually pretty calming. Maybe put the symbols where the chickens drop the stuff in the background because it's above the chickens now. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it should be more in the background. I think what would be nice if it's like a nice drop off point, that it's like a clear, like a building construction type of looking thing, you know. Yeah, there we go. Look at them work. Um, let's see. We have a notepad with suggestions. By the way, let's get that on the screen. There we go. Fantastic. Let's enlarge it a little bit. There we go. So I think I'm gonna remove the fox idea. The mines could still be fun as something like a mini game type of mode. Egg breeding, assets. Yeah, the poop command. Like, just have a fun. What I want to do. This was not my suggestion though. It was from someone in the chat. What we have is, in a certain sense, we created like a VIP list. You know, so that people that are on the list can have or have the ability to put in special commands that other players are not able to do. So maybe have a poop command for VIP players, so that you hear like a little poop sound. And then yeah, let's actually add that. That is definitely something for VIP. And what was the other thing again? The counter, like assets, maybe just like a inventory counter. That would be very nice. And change drop off. And also drop off coop. Is it coop? Is it with a U? No, it's a double O. So we have the coop and a poop. And what else? We have the God's chicken. I do want to make some grass on the environment that you see, just see something like moving around. That would be nice to look at. That shouldn't be that difficult to make. What else? The counter. And yeah, maybe build progress. That is definitely some high level stuff though. Build progress. Yeah. Yo. It's coming together. Oh yeah, and I need to change the camera auto cycle. So once it's zoomed in, just auto cycle, or maybe just have the manual cycle, but also have the automatic cycle. Yeah. There we go. Yum, yum, yum. And I do need to make um, the coop inventory. Because now we are just subtracting stuff from our inventory. And what actually should happen is that something is being added. And that's also, you know, that's needed for the inventory stuff. Inventory. So the list will get longer and longer though. Chicken, we have the chicken coop armory, we have collectibles, we had the random item spawning, that's turned off right now, and don't really need it. The egg breeding is, I'm gonna put it down on the list. The egg breeding might be like a special VIP command or something. Yeah, build progress. That would be nice. I think the game should start out without a coop and that you have to build a coop first. And I need to fix the tile collision one. There we go. Well, big chicken. There you go. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Let's do this. There we go. Look at this go. Well, my initial idea was just to stream for like an hour, just to make something small, but we ended up streaming like for another 3 hours. Yup. I am gonna eat something soon. I'm gonna chill out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stream tonight. If I'm gonna stream something tonight, it's probably gonna be PUBG, just for an hour, maybe a little bit longer. But I still need to do some work. This is not work, by the way. Yeah, that's gonna do it. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna log off. I see you all later. Thanks for hanging out. I think this is a fun project. Not sure where it's going, but you know, it is taking shape. Betty Spaghetti, enjoy the meal. Have a good one. Same, likewise. Also enjoy your dinner. Have a good evening. And Toastal, thanks for hanging out again. See you all later. Yo, bye bye. Chicken. Good project. Very good.